Hello. So I'm going to tell this story Elise Meyer style. I have social anxiety. I have other types of anxiety, but we're going to focus on my social anxiety. So, my social anxiety caused me to have a complete and utter nervous breakdown in Chipotle this evening. So, what happened? I had to do an errand for a friend. I had to drive 30 minutes just to drop off one item that cost $10 and then drive back, which seemed ridiculous, but hard times, there's a pandemic, I'm willing to help. I do it. And I tell myself, you haven't left the house all day, you've been cooking a lot, you made breakfast, you made lunch, treat yourself, get Chipotle. So I ordered Chipotle. So let me order ahead because it's Monday night, they're probably busy. It's around 6-ish, dinner time, people are getting off work. I don't want to stand in that line. Also, social anxiety. I don't want to order food from another person. Also, we've got the whole fat shaming thing, and I feel embarrassed to ask for double portion of meat, even though everybody knows it tastes better. So I order on the app. It's 6:19. There's an available time for 6:30 to pick up, and I'm like, wow, I did not think that would happen that quickly. I choose the 6:30 time. I say it's probably too good to be true. So I wait to 6:35. I walk in. The line to the left, which everyone knows is the line that you have to go to order the food at that time, is coming out the door. And then for the first time ever, I look to my right and there's another line. And I'm like, what is happening? So then I realize these are all the other people that have placed to go orders. And I'm not going to stand in line. I didn't bring my phone. I have nothing to do while standing in line. And I can't do that. I can't do that. So I go back out to the car. I set a timer for 20 minutes. Wait 20 minutes. I go back inside. The line is still there, but it's lower. Then I hear the Chipotle worker call out a name. And this is when the panic sets in, because I realize there is a fatal flaw in my plan of waiting in the car, which is she's been calling names for 20 minutes, and I've been in the car. And I have no idea if she called my name. There are 3 bags on the shelf. Now, a normal person would just walk right up, which several people did. Just come in, walk up, see if it's theirs. If it is, take it, go. If it's not, get in the line. Did I do that? I just got in line. And in my head, I thought, I hope that nobody's paying close enough attention. That they would notice that if I get to the front of the line and check the bags and one of them is mine, and I take it, that they won't be watching close enough to think, why didn't she just go up there and grab it before? So I'm doing very, very slow, careful movements, trying to not attract attention to myself. And then it happened. A group of people, young people, I'd say maybe 19, 20, walk in, and the girl seemed a little Karenish. She immediately starts heading towards the shelf. But there are 2 gentlemen with her. And the one gentleman, he says, I think these people are in line for the to-go orders. Then he turns to me. And in my head, alarms started going off. And he says, is this the line for the to-go orders? And somehow I managed to get it together. And I said, yes, but none of our orders are ready. He's like, okay. The girl comes back. Our food's not there. They get in line. Now, we're going to skip the part that they completely skipped 2 other people because, people were trying to stand 6 feet apart and they clearly didn't grasp that concept and just completely skipped 2 people. But nobody's really giving anyone a hard time about skipping because it wasn't like when you got to the front, your food was ready. It was just a stand here until they call your name type of situation. So they're in line, not standing 6 feet away. And I move up in the line. And now I'm directly across from a young woman. And in my head, I'm like, is she in this line? Because she's been sitting. And then I'm like, wait, why would she be sitting with no food? She must be in this line. But again, not trying to call attention to myself, not trying to have conversation. And then I made a mistake. The Karen, the young Karen, who is now behind me, let's assume she was hangry. She's whining. She's hungry. The one guy, he says, well, I put our order for pickup at 6:55. It's 6:57. She has an attitude, and she's getting on my nerves. And I had to say something. Seemed like the thing that would call less attention to me would just be a simple reply and not the snarky one that I had rehearsed in my head because she was annoying me because we were all hungry. So I said, well, my pickup was for 6:30. And she just rolls her eyes and looks away. And the guy's like, yeah, that's what I figured. Then the girl that's directly across from me, she goes, oh, my order was my order was for 6:32. And thus began what I will call the chatty portion of the evening. I now work from home. I live alone, if you don't count my cat. Aside from yelling at him a couple of times today to get off of surfaces he wasn't supposed to be on, out loud, I had spoken to no one. Like the first time I said something when I was running the errand earlier, I had to say something to the person, my voice was raspy. And they asked, are you sick? And I said, no, it's just the first time I'm talking today. I don't talk to people in public. I'm not that person. I don't make eye contact. I try to smile if I accidentally do, and then look away quickly, because I don't know how to chit chat. I don't know how to do the whole, how was your day? What did you do this weekend? I just, whatever gene operates that function, I didn't get it. Both of my parents, very charming people. Could talk your head off. Could walk up to anyone and start a conversation. Did I get that gene? No, I did not. In fact, for a long time, my parents thought there was something wrong with me, till we discovered the word introvert. And I finally had a definition of what was wrong with me. Getting back to the story. They're chatting. My social anxiety is at about a 7, tapped out. And then I realize, now that I have begun talking to these people, and the one arrived at the same time as me, and the others, their order is after mine, they are definitely still going to be here when I get to the front of the line, which means they're all gonna know that I didn't check the shelves. So what do? Do I just walk out? Do I waste the $16 I just spent on Chipotle? Do I pretend that my name is something else and steal someone else's food? Do I act like I couldn't read my name on the bag on the shelf? I don't know what to do. So I'm panicking. Just panicking. Having a full discussion in my head while having a discussion with them. Very proud of myself. And then a miracle happened. The young lady who worked behind the counter and was preparing our to-go orders called out the name Veronica, which is my name, which means that my bag was not on that shelf. and I wasn't going to have to humiliate myself or steal someone else's food. And that made me so happy. It did. But my heart rate was still through the roof, so I ordered a hot chocolate from Starbucks to reward myself. Okay, bye.